What is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Rand, and today we're going to be reviewing the 2012 Ford F-150 FX2 Sport. Now in today's video, we're actually going to change things up. We're going to cover some of the interesting features that this truck has and why it's probably one of the best F-150s, if not the best pickup truck of all time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into the video. And since we are outside of the truck, we might as well just start with the exterior. Now the F-150 FX2 Sport has a couple little features that actually separate from a normal F-150, and we're going to start off with this blacked out grille. As you guys can see, it really gives it a very aggressive, sporty look. And speaking of aggressive, we have these black housing headlights right here that look just super menacing. It actually kind of gives the truck a Raptor kind of look, if you guys can see it. See, that's why I call this thing the poor man's Raptor or the baby Raptor. Now the truck also comes with an upgraded suspension. It also comes with 18-inch alloy wheels on 33-inch tires. Look how meaty and beefy those tires are. Now one thing that's really interesting about this truck is that it comes flex fuel equipped. And speaking of fuel, another little interesting thing about this truck, as you guys can see, there is no gas cap and it takes E85 as well. That's why it comes with the flex fuel option. Now moving along to some other interesting features about the truck. All right, now I want to show you something really cool. You know those people that always lock themselves out of the car? Well, the FX2 will never let you get locked out of your car. As you guys can see, you can hear the AC is blowing. You can see the car is turned on. Watch what happens when you hit the lock button. Here we go. We're gonna hit the lock button. Watch what the locks do. Here we go. They're gonna lock and they're gonna pop back up. Watch, I'm gonna do it with this hand. There you guys have it. Your Ford F-150 FX2 will never let you down. It will never let you lock yourself out of it. And speaking of locking, watch this. I'm gonna actually lock the truck from the outside. Watch this. Here we go. There we go. The truck is now locked. Now almost every Ford has this really cool, interesting feature, and that is that you can actually enter your own personalized password to open your truck in case for whatever reason you turned off the truck and you left your keys on the inside, or if you lost your keys or anything like that. All you have to do is enter in your code. And I'll watch this. There we go. You see the little lights flashing in the mirrors, and you just unlocked your F-150 from the outside. That's freaking cool. Now, as you guys will soon know, this truck actually does come with a backup camera, but looking at it from a glance, you will never be able to find where the backup camera is. That is because it's actually hidden under the Ford logo. There it is. There's your backup camera. I spent almost 30 minutes trying to look for this until my wife found it. She's like, hey, it's right under the Ford logo. I'm here looking at these little black dots. Those are actually the camera sensors and the backup sensor. Rear view camera, right under that Ford logo. Now, at a glance, the FX2 is quite the sleeper truck, and I'm about to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Besides the FX2 Sport badging right there, and we make our way to the front, and all it says is FX2 F-150. You would have never thought by looking at this truck that it actually comes equipped with a 5.0 Coyote engine. That's right, guys. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. The same engine that's in the Ford Mustang comes in the Ford F-150 FX2. There you guys have it. Take a good look at that beautiful, sexy 5.0 Coyote engine. Now, although this is the same engine that the Mustang uses, the headers are different and the intake is different as well. So the truck only produces 365 horsepower instead of 430. But either way, just a couple of modifications will change that in no time. Speaking of modification, you can bet money that I will definitely be doing modifications to this truck. We're going to start things off a little easy. We're going to actually throw some Ford Raptor fender flares that will extend a little bit wider on each side in the front and in the rear. We're also going to extend the tires out a little bit more. We're going to get a little bit more aggressive style rims as well. We're going to change the grille to a Ford Raptor grille with the integrated LED lights. And of course, we'll be changing the hood to a Raptor hood as well. It has those really menacing hood vents as well. And engine-wise, we're actually going to be doing long tube headers with an off-road X-Pipe and Flowmaster Super 44s. And on top of that, we're going to be getting a Cobra Jet intake. You heard me right, the same exact intake that's on the infamous crazy horsepower Mustang Cobra Jet is going to be going on this truck as well. So definitely keep an eye out for this truck because it's going to be It's gonna be one ultimate sleeper truck, that's for sure. Now the last thing I want to show you on the exterior of the truck actually has to do with these mirrors. Now at a glance, they kind of look average and normal, but believe it or not, these are actually special mirrors because they dim out high beam headlights while you're driving at nighttime. That's right. Now the quirky part is that only the driver's side mirror dims out the headlight, but the passenger side mirror doesn't. And for this next interesting feature, we actually had to come outside in the middle of the dark because I got to show you guys. That's right, the FX2 actually has light up mirrors that light up the floor on both the driver's side and the passenger side. It actually illuminates a little path for you so you don't bust your ass when you're getting out of your FX2 in the middle of the night. Now, speaking of mirrors, if you guys look over here, this looks like any regular old mirror adjusting knob, but there's another little trick to this. Now, while you can turn left and right to adjust your driver's side and your passenger side mirror accordingly, here's a little secret. If you put it in the middle and if you flick it down, watch the magic happen. Oh yeah, check that out. That's right, the Ford F-150 FX2 comes with power folding mirrors. Now, if that isn't one of the most convenient, coolest, and quirky little things I've ever seen, I don't know what is. Now, since we are in the interior of the truck, I want to show you guys all the crazy little features that this truck comes with. Believe me, it doesn't end on the outside. Actually, the inside is fully loaded of little crazy quirks and features that I've never really seen in any other pickup trucks. And it all starts when you insert the key into the ignition. Now watch what happens to my seat as I put the key in the ignition. Check this out. And when you turn off the key, it actually scoots you back so you can get out of the truck easier. Now I can't help but feel like every single time I get into this truck, I feel like the freaking captain of the Enterprise is getting into like a spaceship chair or something like that. And that's only the beginning. Now, to keep things simple, this looks like a regular old mirror until you hit the reverse button, and then the mirror turns into a freaking backup camera. That's right, I want you guys to take a look at the backup camera because not only is the trailer hitch super prominent and super easy to see, so it already on its own, it's really easy to back it up into your boat, but on top of that, the FX2 goes the extra step and actually adds little dots, a little dotted line, just so you know how close that hitch of yours is getting to whatever target it is that you're trying to hitch. Now, if you can ignore the crazy beeping noises that sounds like you just flatline on the operating table, the rear view camera actually provides a great view of what it is that you're towing, especially in situations like this. As you guys can see, we're actually trying to take the boat out, and the angle that it's at, it's actually very complicated, but that rear view camera, even with the super annoying beeping, actually helps out a lot. So let's go ahead and watch that rear view camera in action and watch some of my tow hitch skills in action as well, and see if we can take this boat out of this tiny little fence in this wacky little position we got it in. So here we go. And then we have the heated and cooled seats. That's right, this Ford F-150 FX2 comes with not only heated seats, but cool seats. All you gotta do is hit the little button. Actually, I would probably never recommend using it. It literally just feels like you sat in a giant puddle of water. Your butt just feels mushy and wet. It feels like you have a wet diaper or you just sharded yourself. So I really don't recommend using the cooled seat feature, but either way, it's a pretty cool little thing that Ford included as well. Now we take a look at the top of the truck. You might notice these two little compartments. Well, normal cars usually have one glasses holder compartment, but of course the FX2, it being Ford, it being America, we got to go all out. We got to have two glasses holding compartments. Also, if we look on the side of the steering wheel, you're actually going to see like a little foot icon. What that does, it actually adjusts the brakes and the accelerator so you can move them at your will. Here we go, watch them go forward and watch them move back. Let me get a little closer view of that. And now the gauge cluster looks like any other gauge cluster in any other regular pickup truck, besides of course the FX logo right there. But watch what happens when you first turn on the truck. So watch this. And speaking of the gauge cluster, let's go ahead and go to our truck apps, where that's right, the Ford F-150 FX2 actually helps you when you're off-road. It actually tells you the steering degree, where your actual tires are in real time. It also tells you the tilt of the truck, whether it's inclined or declined, and it actually tells you the axis, whether it's turning left or right. Watch as the tires turn when I turn my steering wheel in real time. You guys see that? That's freaking awesome, especially if you are trying to go off-road. Watch as I go a little bit more into this curve. You see, it went up by 1 degree. You guys see that? That's definitely a really cool feature, man. And now if we go to the rear of the truck, as you guys can see, this F-150 probably has some of the best legroom I've ever seen in a four-door pickup truck. Not to mention, even the rear passengers as well get fully bolstered leather seats. And if you guys don't believe me, look how much legroom is actually between me and the truck. Look at that. The rear passengers get their own AC vents. They also get a 12-volt outlet plug-in for 2 USBs. And on top of that, you get a freaking regular outlet. There you go. In case you want to plug in a freaking hairdryer or a George Foreman grill, whatever it is you want to do in the back of your Ford F-150. Speaking of the rear of the truck, another thing that makes this truck incredibly versatile and awesome, and I think it's actually one of the best, most underrated pickup trucks this Ford has ever made. This truck just gets better and better and better. For example, I work with dogs and I gotta transport them in giant crates, and of course, looking at the truck, you would say, hey, plenty of space for a person, but there's no space for a giant crate. Well, to that I say, check this out. There's actually a latch right here that I'm gonna pull, and watch what happens with the rear seats. They actually fold out and give you a ton of freaking space. The camera does not do it justice. Of course, that seat folds up as well, and you can insert an entire crate in here. You can fit a giant generator, a giant TV, whatever you want will fit in the back. Now, another hilarious thing about this truck is the ridiculous number of cup holders that it has. Let's go ahead and do a little countdown, shall we? Here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, another interesting and weird thing about the FX2 is the seat headrest. For some weird reason, both the passenger and the driver's side headrest tilt forward. I don't know why anybody would want this thing just poking you in the back of the head. And the crazy part is that to reset it, you gotta hold it all the way back, and then it just freaking snaps back into shape. Now, as you guys might see, most pickup trucks have that rear window as well that you have to manually open. You got to go in the back of your truck, you got to open it up. Now, whether you have a pet in the back or a dog and you want them to stick their head in, or for whatever reason you got to get to the back, you actually got to go in the back seat and open it up. Well, the FX2 has taken care of you as well. That's right, all you got to do is hit this little switch right here, and that rear window opens up automatically, like I'm about to demonstrate. And the last little cool interior quirk that I love about the FX2 is, and I'm going to do this very quickly because of copyright purposes, but we're going to turn on the radio. Watch what happens when I turn off the truck. Watch this. Key is off. The radio stays turned on. The radio actually stays turned on even though the truck is fully off. Watch, let me demonstrate that to you. And that's going to be it for all the little interior little quirks and crazy little features that come with the FX2. Besides that, it's a really nice truck on the interior. As you guys can see, fully leather seats as well on the inside. Very durable from what I've seen so far. So the truck also comes with a Sony surround sound audio system as well, fully all around the truck. And the climate controls and the radio controls. It actually has 10 freaking presets for your radio. It's all very simple and actually very nice looking. All right, and now that we have the GoPro head mount, now let's go ahead and take the FX2 around the parking lot, because I want to show you guys that this truck doesn't drive like a truck, if that makes any sense. Because of that upgraded sport suspension, actually, you're going to see just how well this truck actually drives. First of all, there's zero play in the steering wheel. Wherever I turn it, the Ford turns it as well. It's hard to tell because I'm going so slow, but watch me cruise around this parking lot. And watch this, look at this. Look how well this truck handles. Look at this. It doesn't handle like a truck, it actually handles like a sports car. We're gonna take this corner real quick. Watch this. Look at this. Look how tight I took that corner. Let's do a little bit of a figure eight here. Perfect feel in the steering wheel. No, zero play whatsoever. We're gonna take this tight corner. Here we go, look at that. Like nothing. All right, and now the moment you guys are waiting for is to hear that 5.0 Coyote roar to life. Of course, we got these two people going 20 miles an hour. So as soon as I can get in a nice little pool, that's the first thing we're gonna do. All right, here we go. Woo! Get her done. Oh my God, this thing handles so well. All right, so let's give it another go. Whoa! Oh my goodness. 5.0 all day, every day. All right, we got an open road. Let's do another pull. Here we go. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that this truck actually does 0 to 60 in 6.2 seconds. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Ford F-150 FX2 as much as I did. I sure as hell have a blast driving it, and I'm sure as hell going to have a blast modifying it. I can't wait to bring you guys along for the ride. It's going to be really, really fun, especially to hear that 5.0 once we put in that long tube headers and the off-road X-pipe. Either way, it's your boy, Mr. Random. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe for more F-150 content. Either way, I will catch you guys on the next video. Take it easy.